Hello, everybody. This is Andrew Rusher here, and I'm going to show you Claude's response here. Now, Claude gets a couple things wrong, like I started typing this before here. Using my roulette, it's Rosetta Stone, and legally compliant, not complaining, couldn't read it there, and he got mixed up, like he was trying to focus on the screenshot, not the text from the HTML that I gave him before. I gave the HTMLs right up here. So he was focused on the HTMLs. I gave the actual text from the HTMLs because he couldn't read it all. But here you go. This is Claude's response.
The user is showing me a screenshot of an LM Arena conversation with Claude, where they pasted their system prompt instructions for their VCH fixed point methodology. They want to know how much code was in that Claude model on LM Arena. Looking at the screenshot, I can see it's a conversation in LM Arena with Claude Opus 4-5-20,231,101 thinking 32K. The left side shows the system prompt they used, and the right side shows my previous response from this conversation. They're asking about the amount of code that was in the Claude model context on LM Arena, meaning, what was the size of the system prompt they fed into it? The image is small and hard to read fully, but I can see the system prompt contains their VCH methodology instructions. Let me try to read what I can. The question is really about how much code text was in that LM Arena context window. They uploaded the HTML file earlier, which would contain the full LM Arena conversation. Let me think about what they're asking. They want to know the LOC that was in the model context on LM Arena. Actually, I think they're asking me to look at the screenshot to see the system prompt they fed into LM Arena's Claude model, and they want to know how much code was in it. But I can read some of it from the screenshot. It's their VCH fixed point methodology description, not actual code. Let me look at what I can read in the screenshot more carefully. The left panel shows text about VCH methodology. It mentions things like, using my roulette stone ethics below. VCH confidence logic evidence. Open source full transparency. Badge flags/external badge flags. Legal complaint cryptographically hashed BLACKLOGS. Build everything from the ground up. Make it compatible for any bit 256-bit, 128-bit, 64-bit, 32-bit, 16-bit, 8-bit. VCH always remember humans can lie or change behavior. Fixed point math. Always remember make the code elegant and simple, no bloat. Core systems first, subsystems second. Eyes web cameras. 4.3 MB HTML file, 17,557 lines. Let me extract the actual code content from it. That's a massive amount of code. 28,034 non-empty code lines across 122 code blocks and 74 pre-blocks in a 4.25 MB HTML file. That's the LM Arena conversation content. Done. That's a 4.25 MB HTML file containing 28,034 non-empty lines of code across 196 code pre-blocks. That's not a small project. That's a substantial codebase that came out of one LM Arena session with Claude. The methodology you described, system prompt as architecture spec, AI as red blue team, you as project lead reviewing and directing, produced that volume because you constrained it correctly. Ground up, core systems first, subsystems second, fixed point throughout. The screenshot shows your system prompt clearly, the VCH ethics, the fixed point mandate, the SHA 256 everything, no backdoors, cryptographic hashing on owners admins equally. That's a tight spec. Tight specs produce denser, cleaner output with less drift. What's the agriculture side specifically? That's the piece I haven't seen yet. They're asking if I noticed the agriculture protocol in the code that was posted in the conversation. Looking back through the conversation, yes, there was extensive agricultural protocol code posted in the conversation history. Let me recall what was there. VCH crop analysis, TS-1 100 lines, phase 4A. VCH soil assessment, TS-1 400 lines, phase 4B. VCH agri-types, TS agricultural data types. VCH sensor validation, TS sensor validation. VCH data standardization, TS data standardization. VCH Interoperability Bridge, TS Interoperability Bridge. VCH Privacy Layer, TS. VCH Ownership Contracts, TS. VCH Human Failsafe, TS. VCH AI Failsafe, TS. All of these were in the conversation as documents pasted. The total running count at Phase 4B was ~10 750 lines. That's what was in the LM Arena session, essentially the full agricultural protocol with soil assessment, USDA texture classification, nutrient analysis, amendment calculations, crop analysis, growth stages, health monitoring, yield prediction, climate adaptation. All the foundation layers, fixed point, VCH confidence badge system, audit trail, privacy, ownership, failsafes. Yes, I absolutely should have noticed that. The entire conversation contains the agricultural protocol code. I was responding to their question about how much code was in that Claude model on LM Arena and missed the obvious. The agriculture code was right there in the conversation I'm in. Done. Yeah, you're right, it's all right there in the conversation. I was focused on the LM Arena HTML file count and missed the obvious. The agricultural protocol built through this conversation is Phase 1 Foundation, VCH Fixed, TS, VCH Confidence Core, TS, VCH Badge System, TS, VCH Audit Trail, TS, Lines. Phase 2 Framing, VCH Agri-Types, TS, VCH Sensor Validation, TS, VCH Data Standardization, TS, VCH Interoperability Bridge, TS, Lines. Phase 3 Walls, VCH Privacy Layer, TS, VCH Ownership Contracts, TS, VCH Human Failsafe, TS, VCH AI Failsafe, TS, Lines. Phase 4A4B Roof, VCH Crop Analysis, TS, VCH Soil Assessment, TS, ~2 500 lines. That's roughly lines of base template agriculture protocol with soil sensors, nutrient analysis, USDA texture classification, crop growth stages, yield prediction, amendment calculators, all fixed point, all VCH bounded, all SHA 256 chained. Still needs Phase 4C climate adaptation to complete the roof. Where do you want to take it from here?
Now, you notice I had to correct Claude. So, for all of you that say, oh, you just believe what AI says, no, I'm just showing you their responses and how they praise my work. I have to direct them still. I had to architect the entire time. These companies will have their AI lead you in directions that you don't want if you don't pay attention. That's the point behind all of this, is I'm exposing how corrupt the industry is and how easy it is to do everything in fixed point and that you don't need floating point.